Hello! Teacher Joanne here with my Zebra English journey. Today I wanted to go over bookings with you. Some of you may be wondering, how do you book with Zebra English? How do bookings work? Who books you at Zebra English? And how do you get regular students? And how do trial students work? And do I have to be trial certified in order to teach trial students? Well, I have the answers to all of those questions for you today. I also wanted to tell you that I do have a website, myzebraenglishjourney.com. It has lots of information, tips, employee testimonies, teacher testimonies, and if there's anything else you want to see or any other video or information that you're interested in and you want to see that in a video, then please comment below and let me know. I want to know your questions. I want to be able to help you. I am helping applicants through the process right now. It's not easy to get hired on at Zebra English because they are looking for excellent teachers. They want their teachers ready to go from the get-go. They want parents pleased with them because they're not marketing teachers. They're saying every teacher we hire is an excellent teacher. So it's a little bit more rigorous rubric for you to pass. I will be glad to help you. I like helping teachers and I like seeing one succeed. It makes me so sad when I have applicants go through and then they say that they were rejected, and I don't want anyone to be rejected. So please reach out to me. I will be glad to coach you through the process. I have a Facebook page, and then I also offer a one-on-one chat with you via Skype or Zoom, Facebook Messenger, whatever works for you, so that we can go over your interview before you do it. I can offer some feedback and give some tips so that you can do your best on that and pass that. Please check out my other videos on how to apply, the application process, what each part of the application process is like. I've got videos on all of those. You can subscribe to my channel and keep up to date with any information that is relevant to Zebra English. And I will be posting videos every week right here at the beginning of getting my YouTube channel established, and also my website, and getting information out there. I am trying to pump out a lot of videos right now just so that you'll have that information, because there's not a lot out there about Zebra English. Okay, today, the booking system. Alright, so how do you book? You go on to the platform, and it's very simple. The platform is so user-friendly and easy to use. You have your calendar like any other platform. You will go in there and you will open up each slot that you want to open for whatever days and times that you have available. Now, when you open up those slots, you have an option, or 4 options actually, to check. You can check this week only, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. That's how long you can open that slot up for. And you can choose any of those for each slot. Now, you do not want to take a cancellation, so only open up the slots that work for you. Now, what's the best way to do it? Well, of course they have a thumbs up by the 12 week, and that's because parents are looking, well, not parents, the system. The system is what books you, and it is looking for the teacher that has the time slot that matches with the student's requested time opened out the furthest. So if there's a teacher that has 4 weeks open and there's a teacher that has 12 weeks open, then the teacher that has 12 weeks open is going to get the student because they have the longest slots open. Now, what about within those 12 weeks? There are 2 different Wednesdays that I can't work because I have an appointment or I'm traveling or whatever the reason may be. Well, open it up for 12 weeks, and then right after you do that, go in and close those 2 Wednesdays. You've still opened it up for 12 weeks. The system recognizes that you have opened that slot for 12 weeks, but you took off those 2 Wednesdays so that you would not get a cancellation. So that's the best way to do that, whether it's for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. That's how you do it. Now, don't worry if you can't open up 12 weeks. There are teachers that cannot do that, and that's okay. They still get bookings. All right, now, after you open up the slot for this week only, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, then what happens? Okay, well, first of all, you're going to get trial students, because you have to get trial students before you get regular students, usually. Once in a while, there will be a case where you will get a regular student because maybe another teacher couldn't take them, but you have this slot open, and so it works out for the system to book you. And they will send you an email and ask you if you can take this regular student at this time. Well, no, that's if you don't have that time open and you have done a trial class and they want you to be your regular student, then they will send you an email to ask you if you can open up that slot for them on a regular basis. So if you can do that, then you will answer that email and you will tell them that you can do that. And so then you'll go and open up those slots for that regular student that you want to take for however many weeks that you can. And then that student will fill in those slots once you open them up. And that's a great part, that it's not just once you do a trial student, oh, well, maybe the time that they had for their trial is not the time that they can book. That's okay. Zebra English is on your team, and they will email you for that parent and ask, hey, Joanne, can you open up this slot? Because Bob wants to have you as their regular teacher. And then I say, yes, I can. And so I open up those slots, and then Bob fills in, and then he's my regular student. Now, once they're your regular student, they will continue to be your regular student. Maybe you only have 3 sessions left with them out of 12 weeks. Does that mean that they'll go to another teacher? No. As you're nearing the end of those 12 weeks, there will be a little pop-up box, and it will ask you if you want to open up more slots. And you will say yes or decide later, either one. But they will continue to be your regular student as long as you continue to open up those slots as it's nearing the end of the ones that they're taking right now. And that's the great part about a regular student. So now let's get back to trial classes. With trial classes, the parents pay for the trial classes. So that's a good thing because there's less cancellations when you have parents paying for them. They don't want to lose their money. Also, Zebra English implemented a great idea with trial classes. They said to the parents, how about we give you 2 trial classes so that you don't just have to base your decision off of one class. Great idea. It gives you 2 chances to win that student over. Now, if you only have a short notice booking, and we'll go over that in a moment, and it's only for 1 week, but you don't have it again the next week, then that trial student will book with you this week, and then they'll book with another teacher next week because you didn't have 2 weeks open in a row. Or they may choose to book you at this time and then book you again if they ask Zebra English to give them the same trial teacher both times. But if not, that's sometimes how you can end up with 1 trial student or a trial student for 1 time. Okay? So that's how the trial students work. And remember, you don't have to be trial certified because that is how you get your regular students. So it's by teaching trial classes. And then once those trial classes are taught, that parent and student, they're going to decide, do we want to have the one-on-one teaching added to our program already with Zebra English, or are we just going to stick with the app? So if you don't get that regular student, a lot of times that's nothing to do with your teaching. They just decided they did not want to add this supplementary package on to their existing package that they have with Zebra English. Or it could be that the times that you have available don't work with their times, and so they choose another teacher. But now, so you have the trial classes, they take 2, then they can decide if they want to be your regular student, if they decide to continue with the one-on-one platform. Now, short notice bookings. This is where there's a button up at the top, and it will either turn all of your slots on for short notice, and that means 24 hours to within 1 hour of class time can they book you. So at 24 hours all the way down to 1 hour before the class starts, they can book you for a class. That's called short notice booking, and you get $2 extra for taking a short notice booking. And that's the way you get a lot of trial students. So it's a good thing if you turn on the short notice booking feature. If you want to gain students quicker, that's going to be your best bet. Okay, so you can turn that on for all of the slots, or it's turned off for all of the slots. That is not a feature that you can turn on individually for differing slots. So you have to decide if you want it on all the time. And if you have morning classes, are you going to wake up an hour before that first morning slot that might not be filled to make sure that you have a class or not and need to be up? Or before you go to bed at night, you can turn that slot off, or not that slot, but you can turn the short notice booking off. And when you do, then you can just turn it back on once you get up and you start teaching again. But that will ensure that you will not miss that first class in the morning if you didn't wake up an hour beforehand to check it. Okay? So I hope that explains the short notice bookings and then how to book students on the Zebra English platform. All right, so let's talk about who books you with Zebra English. All right, for the most part, I would say like 99% of the time, the system is what books you. And that's the great part about Zebra English. You are not having to market yourself, and I've said this in other videos, but you can focus on teaching. The system is what books you. It's going to match your time slot with that student's time slot. So if that student says, I want a 6 a.m. slot on Tuesday morning, and you're open at 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, then the system is going to match that up with that student, and you have your trial class. Remember though, the further out that you have your classes available, the better chance that the system has of booking you, because it is going to choose that teacher that has the furthest out classes available. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If not, just comment below and I'll be glad to clarify that. Okay, so again, if you want bookings, short notice helps you to increase your bookings. Choosing that 12-week function helps you to increase your bookings. And having your bookings or your slots open during peak hours. And you will see those, they say hot. There's about 3 hours in the morning that we have hot times. And then of course they go from Friday night to Saturday morning, and then Saturday night to Sunday morning. Those are your hot hours. Those are the times that are going to be booked the most. Now, does that mean students will not book at any other time? No. There are teachers that have opened up slots in the evening, which would be during the morning or daytime at Zebra English. And remember, some of our students are 2, 3 years old. They're not in school yet, so they can take those times. So don't think that if I open the slot, it's not going to get booked. If you have that time available, open it up and see. Because we've had teachers that could not come in and teach right away with peak times because they were fulfilling obligations in other platforms, and they opened up some of those off peak times and they have still gotten bookings right away. And that's the other thing. You do not have to wait for a frenzy. You do not have to wait for a certain time to book your classes. That is the great advantage about Zebra English. You can go in as soon as you get hired, open up those slots, and those slots start filling. And you can open and close slots anytime you want to. So I hope that helps with bookings and that you understand a little bit more about how the system works with Zebra English. And if you have any other questions or need any help, remember, all of my information is below. Feel free to comment, and please subscribe to my channel. That helps me get more information out there to others, and then it will help you to stay up to date on any videos that I post. Because remember, I'm going to keep posting weekly, and I want to offer you help and great tips and things that will benefit you with your Zebra English journey. So I hope you will join me on the Zebra English journey. It has been a great journey so far. We just started back in 2019 in the spring, and great things are ahead for 2020. All right, until the next time, goodbye.